Happy New Year, geeks! Happy 2019. So, now Christmas is over and the New Year's started. Are we all planning our trips? I think there's a few planned. Kurt, what have you got planned for January?
Hey, Kevin. We're excited. Myself, Mama, Auntie Judy, and Uncle Ken, we're going down for our annual January trip, and we're going to be down there starting January 17th. We're flying out in the evening. Auntie Judy and Ken, they'll be driving down. But we got some January meetups. The official meetups are Sunday, January 20th, 3 p.m., Jock Lindsay's. Sunday, January 27th, 10:30 a.m. at the Mexican Pavilion, La Cantina de San Angel for some margaritas and nachos. I hope you can join us. Thank you for asking, Kevin.
Wow, Kurt, that sounds like a great plan for January. But of course, remember, this year, 2019, October 27th is the Grand Geeking Gathering, the G3. Don't delay, let's get booking today.
Are you ready for a fun-filled hour of food favorites, resort hopping, and hanging out with Disney World geeks? It's now time to go geekin' on Walt Disney World. Here's our dad and co-host. Hollywood was impressed with his performance in crowd scenes at the Indiana Jones stunt show. He never misses an 11 a.m. margarita at the Mexican Pavilion. And Mike Wazowski is still raving about his performance as that guy over at Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Curtis Stone.
Hey, Disney World geeks. This week we go with Rob Midiri on his Disney World beginning, Bahamas cruise middle, and finish back at Disney World on episode 268 of the Geekin' on Walt Disney World podcast. I am your Geekin' Family Podfather, Curtis Stone, and we are the family-friendly father-daughter podcast, also featuring Mama, Auntie Judy, soul sister Holly, cousins Jen and EJ. And our Geekin' Family will feed your passion for Walt Disney World by sharing our experiences and opinions, as well as others from our community of passionate Walt Disney World geeks. I am so excited you're here with us listening to our show because geeky Disney people are awesome and we consider you family, part of our Geekin' family. Join us every Monday as we share travel tips, resort reviews, and lots of food talk through our live trip reports, interviews with our Geekin' family members about their trips, and special guest roundtables on fun Disney World topics from Geekin' family members all around the world, and take pride in the awesome and positive community in our Geekin' family. So come join us to share in our love for Walt Disney World and each other, and I bet you'll learn something to try on your next vacation. If you're listening to podcasts to plan your Disney vacation, and you really should have a great plan, we're Disney travel experts and we're independent travel agents with Fairy Tale Concierge. Fairy Tale Concierge is an authorized Disney vacation planner agency in Disney World. It can be an overwhelming vacation to plan. So don't worry, let Mama and Auntie Judy take care of it all and explain it to you and help you create a great plan with fast passes, dining reservations, and tips on the best rooms and resorts in Disney World. Join our mail list, Geek and Gazette, and stay up to date with the latest promotions and info when you're ready. Just go to our website, geekinonwdw.com/advice, to request our personalized help. And boy, Disney's got a big promotion coming up here in July through September, so I'll tell you about that after we listen to Rob and his trip report. Hey geeks, Happy New Year. Yeah, it's the first week of January. Did you have some time off for the holidays? I did, and boy, it's back to work this past week. I hope this episode helps you ease into the week. And this week we bring Rob Midiri to help ease us in. He's going to share his Disney World Parks and Disney Cruise combo trip. Here's some of the highlights of this episode. The Garden Grove at the Swan. Yeah, I don't think I've ever covered that restaurant. It's a Thanksgiving buffet over there at the Swan. Pecos Bills and Peter Pan House are a couple of his favorite quick services. He tries a couple of the lounges down in Disney Springs, Jock Lindsay's and Raglan Road, two of my favorites. He has his first Dole Whip ever. First time rope dropping. Wow, that's something we always recommend. I think he's having a great time listening to our show and getting tips. He's been a very active listener in our Facebook group, and he's really appreciating all the tips too. And they talk about the cruise. So we start getting into the cruise because he spends one night, I think it was, early before they leave over to the Disney cruise. They stay at Pop Century. But he talks about on the cruise, they actually had the same server from a previous cruise. Really interesting story there. He tells us about the poncho story, which is when they were back at Disney World. They actually go to the Bahamas and Castaway Cay on the Disney cruise. And there's going to be lots of cruise food talk on this episode. They go back and they do the Magic Kingdom. I love the Jingle Cruise. They're there at kind of the holiday season. He gives us some crowd beating tips, which is something everyone is always looking to do when you go to Disney World. And let me tell you, it's going to be crowded this year, 2019, for sure, especially as you get closer with Star Wars going to be opening up and all the promotions. We're going to tell you about those after we listen to the trip report. But Disney's going to keep those parks packed. We actually saw Mama and Judy were talking to me. They're seeing crowd levels looking up even for our January trip. So that was kind of shocking to see that. So be aware, crowds are going to be high this year. They are recent DVC members at Copper Creek, which is exciting. He talks about his plans and trips for the year coming up, and he does book a couple of trips with us coming up. So I appreciate that, Rob. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the Grand Geeking Gathering, which he did book in October, like Kevin just did in the intro. Wow, going to Disney World and the parks and doing a Disney cruise is something that Disney geeks love to do. Let's go with Rob to the parks and then do a Disney cruise, and we go back to the parks. Enjoy. All right, I am excited to do another podcast. Actually, it's been a little while since I've done a trip report. I've been riding on a bunch that I recorded a while ago, so I'm so excited to do a trip report tonight. I've got someone who's been a listener not a long time, like since August, but he's really active in our Facebook group. I'm so glad that he reached out to me to do his trip report. So let's bring him on. He and his wife recreate a high school picture with Pluto every time they visit. That would be Walt Disney World. He rode Big Thunder Mountain 3 times in 30 minutes. That is awesome. He loves the rope drop, the single rider line at Test Track, and he made an elaborate scheme of ditching his family to get to Epcot alone so he could grab the recent annual pass holder magnet. We've got to unpack these a little bit. Please give a warm Geek and Family welcome to Rob Midiri. Hey, Rob.
Hey, Kurt.
How are you tonight?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. You ready to do a trip report?
I absolutely am.
I got to ask, these are some great, we like to have our guests come on and do a fun intro. We call our fun Walt Disney World facts. And what is this? What's this high school picture you do with Pluto every time with your wife?
Quick story. My wife and I actually have known each other since kindergarten. And in high school, we were down in Disney World together for a course field trip, more or less. And we have a picture. And the first anniversary of us dating, I actually gave her that picture of her and Pluto and myself. And we took it in Epcot.
Oh, excellent. And let's see, Big Thunder Mountain, how'd you do that in 30 minutes 3 times?
So a couple weeks ago when my whole family was down in Disney right after our cruise, that Monday night it started raining. So basically everybody left, and my oldest son and I went over to Splash Mountain.
Oh, that was the rain trick.
Yes. So as we were getting off of Splash Mountain, I said, why don't we just walk over to Big Thunder Mountain? I knew it was closed, but let's see what's going on. As we had walked past, they were opening the rope to get on. So we were basically the second set of people in line. Ran through the queue. We walked right onto the roller coaster, rode it, jumped off, and did that twice more. We could have squeezed in a 4th time, but we probably would have had to wait about 15, 20 minutes that time.
How old's your son?
He's 11.
Perfect. You guys are having fun. And what was this elaborate scheme you had to pull off to get your annual pass holder magnet? You tricked everybody?
Yeah, so there was several different iterations, and I had talked to my wife several times once I realized that we were going to be down at the same time they were giving out these annual pass holder magnets. So the first scheme that I had was we were going to dinner over on the boardwalk in the Swan.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what, I'm going to ditch everybody and I'm just going to run into Epcot. And I was trying to figure out how I could get all the way up to Mouse Gear to get the magnet and get back in time for dinner. And I figured, you know what, that wasn't going to work. So I said, you know what, the next morning I'm going to get up early before everybody else does. I'll have everything packed and ready to go for the cruise, more or less. I didn't necessarily come through on that part, so my wife had to do some of it.
Your scheme kind of fell through a little bit, Rob.
Yeah, it did. But I made it over to Epcot. I didn't have any bags or anything, so it was quick in through security. And I ran back after doing test track to to get the magnet.
Nice. Did you make your cruise on time?
I did. And you know what? I have to thank Glenn and Holly for giving me a bunch of advice to get through and hit test track and get over to Mouse Gear and hit a couple other rides to get back in time for my cruise.
Have you been getting some tips from the Geeking on WW podcast for all your Disney fun?
Yeah, absolutely. Lots of tips.
Nice.
The whole Facebook group has been absolutely fantastic. Is definitely not afraid to delve out some tips.
Well, thank you for being such a great participant. I'm holding up a couple of these pass holder magnets that I've got. Which one did you get?
Yeah, I grabbed the recent Goofy one.
Oh, okay, I saw that one. I'm jealous. Well, look what I got. I've got the one with the chef's hat on.
Oh, that's
Mickey.
cool.
Yeah, that's from the Food and Wine one. I think that one was this other one. I think was sent to me in the mail. But all right, good job. Well, let's talk. When was this trip that we're going to talk about? How long ago was that?
It was on Thanksgiving. We flew down Thanksgiving morning, and then we went on the cruise that Friday.
So what was the whole time for the trip? How many days in the parks and how many nights or days in the cruise?
So we did the first night that we got there, we did Pop Century. The next day we were on the cruise until Monday morning, so Friday until Monday. And then Monday we went to the park, and Tuesday we came home. So it was a relatively quick trip.
All right. Did you have some fun, though, that we can share with everybody?
Yeah, absolutely. We had a blast.
I heard people like the cruises.
They are absolutely fantastic. I can't recommend them enough.
Well, where did you stay when you came back the second time? Was it still Pop Century?
Yep, we stayed in Pop Century again.
All right. Let's say, what'd you think of Pop Century?
You know, honestly, we absolutely loved it there. We were obviously the rooms I think are pretty much completely renovated at this point. So we had the new rooms with the Murphy bed and everything, and the accommodations we thought were fantastic. They gave us enough space. We were able to easily get around the beds, and my wife and I could do what we needed to do to get the boys ready while they were sleeping without too much intrusion. So it was nice. So
you got two boys and your wife, right?
I do.
And tell everybody how old your kids are.
Yeah, 11 and 2. Quite a spread.
I like that. I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm not sure how that happened, but we'll have to talk about that later.
Yeah,
but
that's right.
That's great.
That's an after the show discussion.
Yeah. But had you stayed at Pop before?
No, that was our first time.
Cool. How often do you go to Disney World?
We go pretty frequently. We've been in the past few years. We've been there about 3 or 4 times. So we'll juggle back and forth between Disney and we'll also hit Universal when we're down there as well.
Cool. Where do you usually stay when you go?
So the last time we went to Disney, we were based over. We had done a cruise that time as well. And we stayed off property, and then we went up and saw my wife's aunt and uncle, who live about an hour north of Orlando in a place called the Villages, which I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but that place sounds amazing. It's a golf cart community.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard the name. Well, so at Pop, did you do some eating there? Anything good at the food court?
Yeah, so I ditched everybody and went to Epcot, but my wife and kids and my sisters and my niece and nephew, they all ate at Pop, and they said that the food court there, the Everything Pop Shop was great.
Good.
Great selection of food.
Outstanding. Yeah, I think it's a good little. It's a good resort for value for sure. It's one of our favorites to do for value. Now,
I was really surprised about how nice it was, and the shop in there. I mean, we spent a decent amount of time in the shop, and then they had the arcade right across from there.
Right.
So that was perfect. You know, we could have the kids over in the arcade if we wanted to run over and go shopping.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of fun for young families for sure. I always said I don't have any problem with the values. I mean, they're just more people, kind of a little more chaotic than some of the other resorts.
Right.
When you start moving up a little bit. Cool. So what kind of transportation? How's that transportation when you go from the parks to the cruise?
So they have everything set up, and basically at around, I think it was like 12:30 or so, they had everybody kind of meet up in the lobby there where the current Christmas tree is.
Okay.
And they have everybody set up, and then they check passports as they take you to the Magical Express over to the terminal. They get you there pretty late. So as soon as you get into the terminal, there's no characters or anything like there normally is if you would go earlier.
Okay.
But basically, you walk right onto the ship. You go in, you get your key to the world card using your passport and everything, and then you walk right onto the ship. They announce you as you go onto the ship. It's really neat.
Yeah. Jennifer Galambos always tells me that's one of her favorite things is being announced onto the ship. We'll get there. Well, let's talk a little bit about the food. Well, I see you did some great notes for me. That's always helpful for me. And I like this Thanksgiving dinner at Garden Grove at the Swan. I've never eaten at the Garden Grove. So tell us about that one.
Yeah, so they had a great buffet.
Yeah.
They have, obviously it's a character meal, so they have Goofy, Chippendale, and Pluto. I don't know that they have Goofy all the time, but for Thanksgiving dinner and I think some breakfasts, they have Goofy there. I thought the food was pretty good, especially for how busy it was. I mean, they were running about a half an hour behind, maybe even 45 minutes behind on reservations. So we had a little while to wait. So a couple of us ran over to, I think it's Kimonos, and grabbed a drink over there, and then kind of came back. And the nice thing that they did is they had the characters actually come out into the lobby or the atrium of the restaurant and kind of walk around there to, for entertainment purpose.
I was over there one time. I almost ate there. We were kind of poking around looking for something to eat. And it was just one of these kind of walk around, didn't know what we were going to do. I think we ended up eating at the La Trattoria over on the boardwalk. But I know exactly where you're talking about. I spent some time at the Swan. And so I'm a buffet guy, dude. So tell me, how's it rank? I'm a big Boma and German, all those buffets are my thing. So how would you rank this one in all the Disney buffets?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I love buffets. I don't think you can go wrong with a buffet. I think that it ranked up there pretty decently. Good. Again, especially for the amount of people and the amount of food that they were kicking out, and they had traditional Thanksgiving meal, so they had turkey with all the fixings, stuffing and mashed potatoes, ham, yams. Nice. Their desserts were really good. I might have sampled a couple, if not more.
I like that for Thanksgiving. That's cool. Stuffing,
yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Excellent. All right. So, favorite restaurant you have listed here. What did you put on that for your favorite restaurant?
Yeah, so one, I think I might have you on my side on one, and then I'm not sure about the other one. But Pecos Bills and Pinocchio House, as far as quick service, we absolutely love them, and we hit both of them every time we're down there.
Yeah, I am a big fan of Pecos Bills. I just, for work, we had 2 holiday luncheons that our bosses took us to, and one of them was like a Mexican, kind of like Pecos Bill kind of deal, with, I don't know, soft tacos and all the fixins kind of stuff. I love that kind of stuff. It's almost like a buffet, I guess, with the big fixin bars. I'm all about that. You just heap on everything. You can't even get the taco closed, it's all drilling down my shirt and everything, I'm all about
a scoop of guacamole.
yeah, we can fit a little bit more in there, right? I love that. You go back for extras. But I've heard, people have been saying Pinocchio House has improved. Is there anything in particular there that you liked?
Yeah, I'm a big chicken parm sandwich fan. So that's usually what I go with. But
that sounds good. I'm with you there.
They're fantastic. My oldest had a pepperoni flatbread, and I sampled that. I had to do a little quality control on that. It was pretty good too.
Yeah, I guess when I see flatbread or pizza, I kind of pass on that because it's kind of something I can get. I don't know. I think of it. I always like kind of look for something a little unique, I guess. But I like that chicken parm. That sounds good.
Yeah, it was excellent.
Cool. I understand you're not a fan of the mobile ordering. What happened?
No, it seemed to take a long time when we were at Pecos Bills. I mean, we also went right at noon, so part of it could be our fault. But we did the whole mobile ordering process. Again, there was 10 of us on this trip, so a few of us pulled out phones and tried to do the mobile ordering, and then walked down about 10 or so minutes later. It was absolutely packed in there. But, I mean, there was noon, and then, right at 2 o'clock, there was the parade that comes right by there. So I think everybody was kind of congregating down there and grabbing something to eat to get a good spot for the parade.
I bet everyone's listening to this podcast and raving about Pecos Bills, I guess.
That's right. We might have to stop a little bit.
Partly my fault. Sorry about that, Rob. But
No worries.
Here's another one that we rave about all the time. And you got some lounges here on your, well, at least one I'm seeing. What was one of your favorite lounges?
Jock Lindsay's.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Indiana Jones.
Oh, then yeah, that's a no-brainer then.
Yep, absolutely.
So do you recognize like the stuff? I mean, it's not really over the top. Like Jock Lindsay isn't a well-known character in the film, right?
That's right. He's in one film, I think. Okay,
so did you kind of the nostalgia that's there? Do you kind of get it?
Yeah, it's definitely not overtly obvious, but if you like the movies and you can kind of imagine what the backstory would be of Jock Lindsay, then I think you can put it together.
It's just a real comfortable place too, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know. Something about the vibe there that I really like. I always go when it's kind of quiet though. What time were you there?
We were there right before dinner, so probably around, I don't know, like 5 or so.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't packed at all.
Yeah, I was gonna say I usually go even earlier than that, so it's good to hear that 5-ish is not packed, so you could get a seat. Was it still warm? Was it warm in November when you were there? Thanksgiving time?
Yeah. It wasn't bad at all. And we sat outside right on the water there, so we were able to watch the amphicars go in and out, and everybody got a kick out of seeing those. It was really cool.
Yeah, that's another bonus there. I was just thinking, we got a bunch of people in December from our Geekin' family down in Disney World. They're all wearing coats and hats, and it looks like they got some cold weather finally. It's so weird. It's so weird in the wintertime.
Yeah, we lucked out. It was in the 80s while we were down.
Oh, wow. Nice. Good job for you.
Absolutely.
Let's see. What did you have at Jock Lindsay's? Anything that stood out for you?
Yeah, so we had the Dr. Astorga's queso fundido, which was really good.
That sounds good. What is? Yeah, right.
Can I have just the queso and chips?
It sounds complicated.
Yeah, it was really good, and I had one of the Tampa Bay Brewing Old Elephant IPA beers, which was really good. I like to get a local brew, from wherever I'm at.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I like IPAs. My son Harry turned me on to these things too, and I've had that one. I think I definitely had one there. Is that? Oh, it is on draft too. Yeah, yummy.
Yep, it was nice drinking. Good, and it so happened that the waiter that we had, or the cast member that was waiting on us, was from near where we live. So I struck up a conversation with him for a bit.
Well, yeah, you and I were talking. We did a little sound check a couple nights ago. We got something that we both also like up here in North. You're from Pennsylvania, right?
You got it.
Yeah, and we both have a love for Wildwood, New Jersey, which is the beach place to go if you're from the Philly area, I know.
Yes, it is.
And you got, Cape May. So we both love that. So that's awesome. All right. Yeah. So what do you think? What's the other lounge that you like down over in Disney Springs?
So we had walked over to Raglan Road, and it was absolutely mobbed. You couldn't even get in. So
really?
Yeah, I was amazed about how many people were over there, especially coming from Jock Lindsay's, because it was relatively, calm and quiet over there. So, and sitting on the back side, we didn't really know what was going on out front.
Yeah.
So once we walked out and around to Raglan Road, it was, like I said, it was absolutely a mob scene. So they have a beer cart, I guess, for lack of a better term, outside
Yep.
of Raglan Road. So my brother-in-laws and I stopped over there, and my sister as well, and grabbed a beer while everybody else was off shopping.
Oh, nice. Yeah, a Blagger Blonde Ale.
Yep, you got it.
I don't know.
Excellent.
This is good.
It was very good.
The Irish don't make a bad beer, do they?
No, not at all.
I don't think so.
I don't do a lot of the heavier ones. Occasionally I will.
Okay.
But they had a pretty nice selection there.
The Irish know how to do that kind of stuff. I'm not worried about them. They have any
That's
good
right.
entertainment going on over there? I love that place.
Yeah, it was hopping. I don't know if they had a band or whatever, but there was a lot of music coming out, and I wish that we had been able to get inside.
Well, you just mentioned a bunch of family members. Who else went on this trip besides your immediate family?
My sister Monica and her husband Brian, and my niece and
Nice.
nephew, and then my other sister Jacqueline and her fiance Jesse. And a couple of them had never been there. My brother-in-law and my niece and nephew had never been there before, so this was kind of their introductory trip.
Oh, cool. What did they think? Did you show them around a little bit?
Yeah, they had a blast.
They loved it. They're going to be going back?
That's the plan. So we were going to take the kids back when the youngest, my niece and my son, were born a couple months apart.
Okay, cool.
So we'll be taking them back in between kindergarten and first grade. At least that's the plan now.
So y'all get along?
Oh yeah, we have a blast.
I love that.
Very close family. Yeah.
I love that. I love going with family too. We do. We have good times. All right.
Absolutely.
So what did you do for the first time on this trip?
The first time at Pop Century.
All right.
On the trip. And this probably won't be the most popular statement, but out of all the times that I've been there since I was a kid, I've never had a dull whip.
Yeah, how'd that happen?
So I have no idea.
I guess if you don't listen to this podcast, it might get by you, but it's talked a lot about here. I know that.
Yeah, it is. And that's really what kind of turned me on to it.
What'd you think of it?
So I thought it was good. I got the swirl.
Okay.
My brother-in-law and I got the swirl, and my sister got the straight pineapple. And she said that one was really sweet. I thought the swirl was awesome.
Yeah.
Gotten a second one.
It's gonna be, yeah. Well, it won't be the last time, right?
No, it won't. We used mobile ordering for that one. Too.
All right.
And that one went a little bit smoother. There wasn't so many people over at Aloha Isle.
Yeah.
But it was still a pretty decent weight.
Well, you were there at Thanksgiving time. You must have had a pretty decent crowd level.
Yeah, there was that Monday. We were surprised because I think there was forecasted to be like a 5 or 6, and I think after the fact it was about a 7.
That was after the Thanksgiving official weekend, right? Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. Like we said, there's never a downtime in Disney, is there?
No, it doesn't seem that way anymore.
No. All right. Anything else new for the first time?
That was the first time that I ever rope dropped.
Really? Wow.
Yes.
I hadn't got a hold of you to train you well, so I'm not surprised.
Right. I'm a relative rookie, even though I've probably been there about 7 times.
We'll straighten you out, Rob. Don't worry.
That's right. My arm is going to be cramped from all the note taking.
Are you a nighttime guy or a morning guy then?
By nature, I'm a night guy.
Yeah.
But by the fact that I dislike traffic, I get up super early in the morning to get into work. So I go. I can do both.
Your internal clock is still probably set that early, right? So you might as well rope drop.
That's right.
Did you notice an advantage by rope dropping? Did you see anything new?
No, honestly, you know what? They at Epcot, they had let us in probably about 15 minutes before the park actually opened, and then they roped us off again right before Spaceship Earth.
Yeah.
And they had the jameters. I don't know if you've ever seen them.
Dude, I do. I've been doing this for 18 years. Yeah, I've seen the jameters. Yeah.
I don't know how new that show was.
They've been around for that's a good question. I think they've been around forever. I can't remember when they weren't there, to be honest with you. And yeah, they do. Like when I was down there in September, they opened up the park too. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So they did their show for about 5 or so minutes, and then they brought a bunch of kids up to officially open Epcot, and then it was like the running of the bulls to get to your destination. So I took off towards Test Track, and and by the time I got there, the standby line was already at like 30 or 35 minutes.
Right.
Thankfully, I was doing the single rider line and,
Yeah.
breezed right through there.
I think they lie on that rope drop number, though. I think they just throw it up there. They don't know what it is yet.
Yeah, that's got to be impossible.
Kind of moves right along. Yeah.
Right.
Doesn't really stop. That's cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And it was the first time I ever went to a park by myself, too.
Yeah. Did you? Well, you weren't there for that long, though, right? You had to get out of there and was that the one day you had to get back to before you got caught?
Yeah, before I got left.
Got in trouble.
And I don't think that any of my family members would have held the ship up for me so long.
Sounds like a scene in Home Alone. Where's Rob? Rob.
Yeah, they would have gotten over it quickly, once they reached the Bahamas. But
forget him. We're good.
Being at the park solo is a really cool and fun experience. I definitely think that if you have the opportunity, definitely try it.
Did you get a lot done?
Getting in too much trouble.
Yeah, right. You got a lot. You got to pay the consequences. That's all.
Right. I'm might be worth it. That I can argue with.
That's awesome. We love to hear stories. Everyone loves to hear a good story. You got any fun or interesting stories from this trip, Rob?
Yeah, so I have a couple. One of the really neat things is when I booked the cruise, my wife and boys were on the cruise in July 2017, and we had a fantastic server and assistant server. So after talking to a couple people that I work with who also do a bunch of cruises, they let me know that I could request the same staff on the following cruise.
Oh, wow.
So as soon as I booked it, I called Disney Cruise Line and I requested Gideon and Jess, who were our server and assistant server. I don't know how they did it, but when we got onto the cruise that day on Friday, Gideon had walked past me, and so I talked to him, and he said, "You know what? I wanted to let you know that Jess and I are going to be waiting on you guys for the 3 days." So Disney, the head waiter, I guess like the manager of the restaurant, had come over and let us know that he had pulled some strings to make sure that the same team could wait on us because they like to be able to do that.
Man, that's service at another level I hadn't heard before. That is really impressive. I know that I've had guests. I've never done the cruise. Everyone listen us for the first time here. My wife is afraid of the water. That's the best way I'm going to put it. And she doesn't like the seasickness aspects and other things. But I've talked to many people that have done these. They absolutely love that. But I've heard about having the same cast members serve you throughout your trip. But I've never heard this where you requested them from a previous. That's like, what are you like a high roller dude or what?
I wish. I'm just the average Joe.
That's outstanding.
I was really impressed that they were able to do that. And
right.
I mean, and like you said, the level of service is just absolutely outstanding. The kids will order steak for lunch and they'll come over and cut it up in bite-sized pieces. Or my oldest son had said that he was a little chilly and he was overheard, so they came back with hot chocolate for him. I mean, that's service that you don't get anywhere else.
Nice. Wow. Anything else? Any other good stories?
Yeah. This one may or may not have aggravated my wife a little bit. But
if you're saying that, it probably did.
I plead the fifth. So the whole entire time I was planning the trip, I kept telling my sisters, make sure you guys bring your ponchos. You don't want to have to buy them in the park because as you guys have said several times, it costs like $10 per poncho. So you don't want to be left without them.
Yeah.
So Monday we get off the ship and I have the ponchos and we get over to Pop Century and then the room and I look at the weather and I don't tell anybody else except my wife, oh, it doesn't look like it's going to rain today. Why don't we lighten the bag and leave the ponchos here?
Famous last words. Yes.
So
by the way, not a good thing in Florida to say that.
Yeah. So, and thankfully I didn't tell any of my sisters. So as the day progressed, about 7:00 that night, the skies decide to open up, and my sisters all pull out their ponchos and their families, and Katie just kind of looks at me and tail between the legs.
You got the stink eye.
That is for sure. It actually has a big note here. Wife did not like me very much.
I understand there's a doghouse at the Pop Century.
Yeah. Yeah, it's in the Murphy bed, folded up.
Wow. Oh, well. Did you make up for it somehow?
Yeah, I actually bought her an early Christmas present. She fell in love with some of the Disney plates at Pop Century. So as soon as we got back, I ordered them as a peace offering.
Nice recovery.
Yeah, it seemed to work okay.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, yeah, we've gotten down to the parks, and I said to my mama, as we call her, do you have the ponchos? And she always forgets them. Here I tell everybody, I got the packing list. Actually, someone on our Facebook group gave me a nice compliment for our packing list that we give away with our newsletter, and it said it saved him. And do as your podfather says, not as he does. That's all I can say, right?
No wiser words have been spoken.
Oh man, too good. All right. Well, any overrated or underrated?
So I think that Pop Century is kind of underrated. The beds were very comfortable, at least for us. I slept really well. I mean, Obviously it could have been an amalgamation of being tired and running around all day, but I thought it was great. The rooms, the resort, the cleanliness.
Yeah, I'm with you.
The offerings. I absolutely love that resort, and we would definitely stay there again. I didn't think that anything was overrated.
Nice. All right. I'm not going to press you. That's fine. Let's see. How about character meets? Any good character meets?
Yeah. So Dale is my youngest son's absolute favorite character. And in fact, he has this little book of Disney characters. It's a little story. And one of the pages is a picture of Dale with a boo-boo. So he has a little Band-Aid over his finger.
All right.
Virtually every night that we read it to my youngest, he'll give him a kiss, to make it feel better. So when we were at the Swan for dinner, when Dale came around, Jackson, the youngest, gave him a big kiss on the cheek, and it was absolutely adorable. And I thankfully caught it on camera. I don't know how I did it, but I was just very fortunate to do so.
On video?
No, I got a picture. I didn't get video, unfortunately.
So not Chip. It's got to be Dale.
Yeah, Dale. Absolutely loves Dale.
Well, obviously he knows how to tell the difference.
Yeah, I don't know if a lot of people do. It took me a while to figure out that the red nose was the telltale sign.
Yeah. Well, the way to remember it is Chip is the black, like a chocolate chip, the black nose. Chocolate chip is the black nose, so that's Chip. That's how I remember
it.
There you go. Little tip for all you guys listening, if you hadn't heard that one. Awesome. Any other good character meets?
Yeah, Goofy is always a favorite of our family. When my oldest was 6 years old and we took him down there, we had breakfast the one morning at Cape May Cafe. The restaurant was relatively empty. Goofy spent such a long time over with Luke as he was drawing on the tablecloth there. They give you the paper tablecloth that the kids can draw on. So Goofy has always been an absolute favorite.
Excellent. Yeah, I love the goof. Hey, you know what? We haven't even talked about the cruise yet. Where did you go on this cruise? Let's cover the cruise a little bit.
Yeah, so we did a 3-night cruise to the Bahamas. We got on the ship, departed around about 4 o'clock or so Friday evening. And then the next morning we were in Nassau. And then the following day we were in Castaway Cay, which is Disney's private island.
Yep.
And then the next morning we came back to Port Canaveral.
So did you do anything in the Bahamas?
Yeah, we actually stayed on the ship while we were in Nassau.
Okay.
But I encouraged my sisters and their families to go to Blue Lagoon because we absolutely loved it there. So the last time we went down in Blue Lagoon, my wife and my oldest son, I sent them swimming with the dolphins.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because I absolutely love dolphins, and that was kind of Luke's dream to do it. So I fulfilled that relatively early for him.
I love that. I've never done that. That's cool. So what's at the Blue Lagoon? Anything else besides the swimming of the dolphins, or what's that all about? Yeah,
they have a bunch of different animal encounters, and then the beach is fantastic over there.
Nice.
They provide you lunch and stuff like that. So there's a ferry that goes from Nassau over to Blue Lagoon.
Okay.
I guess it runs a couple times a day, and then you can, as you come back, you can see the ships, and you go past a few restaurants and a bunch of houses, stars houses.
Okay.
So it's really cool.
Is that extra?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely not included with the trip.
An extra excursion. All right.
Yeah, I think it was like maybe $70 a person or
Okay.
something like that, depending on what you did. And then swimming with the dolphins was an added fee on top of that.
Gotcha. They have fun doing that? They like that recommendation? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
They were very happy that they went over and did that for the day. And then my wife and the kids and I just stayed on the ship and kind of explored the ship because we didn't necessarily get a whole lot of time the last time around to do it. So Luke did the midship detective agency, which is this really cool thing that takes you around the ship, and you have an option of a couple different cases that you can solve. So he loves dogs and wanted to solve one of the 101 Dalmatians cases. So,
oh, cool. Yeah.
Yes.
I know Jen Galambos always talks about staying on the ship during when times you're in port, because you get to do things on the ship that you get kind of run of the ship, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And the wait was minimal. They have a water roller coaster, a water coaster called Aqueduct, which is this really wild float ride that you go out over the side of the ship and this acrylic tube, and then all around the top of it. It's really wild. It took me a while the first time that we went on to actually go and do it.
Did we say what ship we're on?
Oh, no, I didn't. It was the Disney Dream.
Okay. That'd be really stupid if we didn't say what ship we're on. Everyone's going to be going, wow, I wonder what ship he was on. Oh, boy. Well, that's cool. So what did you guys do besides, well, he was doing the detective work?
So I went around with him. My wife and the little guy went back and took a little bit of a nap and kind of relaxed for a little while. Yeah.
Nice.
Which is a needed thing when you're on a vacation like that.
Oh, yeah. Was the weather good out at sea?
Oh, it was beautiful. It was 85 degrees when we got into the Bahamas. The first night, the water was a little rough, but it was a complete anomaly. It's never usually like that.
Okay.
But after we got into the Bahamas, it was, no pun intended, but smooth sailing.
Awesome. So how about Castaway Cay? Castaway Cay? How was that?
That's right. It's absolutely stunning.
Yeah, really.
I don't think I could find anybody to argue that point.
Right.
As soon as they backed the ship in, we were on the side that we could see the whole entire island, and that was the second time that we did that. And to kind of wake up in the morning and walk out on the veranda, and just to be able to see this absolutely stunning island before you is impressive.
Nice.
But yeah, I can't say enough wonderful things about the island, and the food there is amazing.
So you went and explored the island a little bit?
We did. We went all the way down. My wife likes to run, so she did the Castaway Cay 5K.
Oh.
So the boys and I went and made sure that we were there in time to see her cross the finish line. And
Nice.
She beat her personal times. I think she had done it in 28 minutes last time. She did it in 26 this time.
So who's doing this run? Is it just people from the ship, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only people that are on the island are just people from the ship. And there's a couple of people, I guess, a couple of cast members that live there just to make sure that the island is ready to go.
Oh, so how many people do the 5K?
You know what? I'm not sure how many people enrolled in that.
Yeah. How many people are on the ship, you think, Rob?
I think it can hold up to like 3,500, 4,000
Wow. Yeah.
passengers.
Wow.
And then I think there's like 1,500 crew members. My number's maybe a little bit off, but in that neighborhood.
It's a good crowd.
Yeah, absolutely. And you don't necessarily feel crowded on the ship. I mean, there's tons of places where you can go. I mean, they have a couple movie theaters. They have nightly shows that you can go and watch, and they have 2 different dinner seatings. So there's never really a time, aside from maybe the muster drill and trying to get back up to, the top deck for the sail away party.
Yeah.
Other than that, you don't feel super crowded or encroached on.
Well, I feel bad because when I go on vacation, I just get fat, and here your wife is running the 5K.
I didn't run the 5K.
You guys are making me feel guilty. Hey, did you eat anything on this cruise? Do they have any food there?
Yeah. Yes. unbelievable amounts of food. So they have cabanas, which is the buffet, which you and I would probably spend a good portion of time at.
We'd be happy. We put the old feed bag on. We're good to go.
That's right. So that's where we had lunch the first day, that Friday. And then they have, it's called rotational seating.
Right.
So your wait staff follows you to the different restaurants on board. So there's 3 restaurants, sit-down restaurants. There's the Enchanted Garden, there's the Royal Palace, and Animator's Palette. And each of them are, significantly different theming, and the food kind of fits with the characters and the theming. It's really cool.
So did you get along with your servers?
Absolutely. Actually, we have a ton of pictures with them at the end, and we said, the next time we come, we'll be requesting you guys again. And we traded contact information and stuff like that.
Where are they from, Rob? Do you know their whole life story?
Yeah, we got a decent amount of it. So Jess is from Jamaica.
Oh, nice.
And
yeah.
She's got the
people.
attitude and everything to go along with it.
Okay, I gotta ask for Jess when I go, because my wife and I did our honeymoon in Jamaica, and I didn't even know what reggae music was, and I'm a big music guy. I became an instant fan of reggae music and Bob Marley, and the Jamaican people, at least at the resorts. We stayed at the Sandals. Matter of fact, just before we got on, I saw the Sandals commercial. It's funny. They said the new Montego Bay Sandals. And I'm like, I was there, but it wasn't new. I don't know what they did new. Maybe they got a new location, but yeah, beautiful people.
Yep, absolutely. Ironically enough, we did our honeymoon there as well. Not at Sandals. We stayed at a place called the Grand Palladium up in Lucia, which is right outside of Montego Bay.
Okay, cool. All right. Who was the other server?
Gideon, and he was from, I believe, Indonesia.
Okay, cool. So friendly people. They're not like us Americans. They're all relaxed down there in the Caribbean, right?
It's such a different lifestyle, and that's what is amazing about going on vacations like this is you get to interact with so many different cultures and so many different people, and you learn a lot. Gideon every night had magic tricks for the kids, and it was. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Do you have when you go to Disney World, you hear a lot of different languages and people from all over the world? Is it the same on the cruise?
Yeah, there's a decent amount on the cruise for sure. Yeah,
right, cool. All right. So what about the food? Anything that was your favorite?
Oh man, we ate so much. You know what? I gotta be honest. I'm not a huge fish person, and my wife loves fish. And then when we go down to Cape May, we're always at the Lobster House and stuff like that.
Oh, you're throwing names at me. That's when we go down there, there's not a lot of restaurants that I could say to you that. And we didn't talk about this before. You talked about the 2 Mile Landing. I think you mentioned to me. And we've never been big fans of the restaurants down there. We've had some bad experiences. We got a couple, but the Lobster House is a must do that we do every time. So, yeah. So, did you have some fish that you liked, or is that what you're saying there, or you just didn't? Yeah.
Yeah. So I tried some cod. It was in the buffet, and I was like, I saw it, and it was fried, so I couldn't really stay away from something that was fried.
I'm with you there.
Yeah. So I was eating it, and Katie was like, "What do you have there?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's the cod." And what? You're eating cod? And I was, yeah, it's fantastic. I might go get some more.
Nice.
So I think I found the fish something that I'm going to eat.
Yeah, I'm not a big. I'm with you there too. I'm not a big fish. Like I love seafood platters, like the fried seafood platters. Do they have a lot of fried seafood there?
Yeah, they have a couple different things for that. But at dinner, they didn't have a whole lot of fried stuff.
Yeah.
But one of the things I had, I guess it was the second night that we were there, I had lobster ravioli, caramelized sea scallops, prime rib.
What's lobster ravioli? Is it like smushed up lobster, or like chunks of lobster? I've heard of that before.
Yeah, it's kind of like how they do like crab, like crab cake or crab imperial, something like
salad,
that.
Like a crab salad.
Yeah,
lobster
so it was
salad.
folded up into the ravioli.
Was that good?
Really good.
It was good. Yeah, I love lobster.
really good.
I love ravioli and lobster, but I never had them together.
Yeah. So when I walked past the Columbia House, it was so hard to not go in there because we were trying to run over to get to Pecos Bills, and I'm like, I can have 2 lunches, right?
Have you ever been to Columbia Harbor House?
No, and I keep looking.
Yeah, that's a favorite.
I have to get there.
That's another favorite. I saw someone did a post in our Facebook group. Someone was asking, I'm going over to Magic Kingdom. I gotta do a quick service, and everybody was recommending those 2, Pecos Bill and Columbia Harbor House. I don't think they were just trying to be nice to me either.
It's genuine.
I think it's not just me. Nice. Did we cover enough of the food that you think?
Yeah, I mean, I can run through a couple of the other things that they've had. They had
go for it.
All right. So in the one restaurant, they had sliced Serrano ham and black truffle pasta. They had ginger teriyaki, Angus beef tenderloin, lemon icebox cake.
Wow.
And so I was on a diet before the cruise, and again after the cruise. But the first night that we were there, I couldn't decide between the 2 desserts. So Gideon, obviously considerate of my diet, brought me out both desserts. So then every other night I had both desserts because I'd found 2 that I couldn't necessarily figure out.
Rob, he's not a good influence on you.
Yeah, that's right. He's an enabler, and I should request him the next time that we go on the cruise.
This is all psychology here going on.
That's right. Either that or I have to run the Castaway Cay 5K too.
That's it. You won't be so hungry.
Yeah. And then the next night, like I said, the lobster ravioli, the sea scallops, the prime rib, which was excellent. And then again with dessert, they had a pecan tart and then a chocolate garden torte, which I obviously sampled both of those.
Do you like the treats? Are you like a dessert guy too?
Not normally. I don't eat a whole bunch of like ice cream and stuff like that. But when you're in Disney or on a cruise, you can't try it.
Yeah, I love ice cream. I could eat that anytime, but I'm not like a cake kind of person. But I love down at Disney World. You got the cupcakes, and there's just a lot of different things. You put it in front of me, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, everywhere you turn, there's another dessert, and
it's always something different. There's so many different things too. I got to do it for research for the podcast, so that's my excuse.
That's a good one.
That's what I'm telling myself.
So then there was a recommendation. There was about maybe a month ago, there was a post about one of the foods, which happened to be a deep fried brie. And I had made a comment that I had never had it before. So there was a ton of recommendations that I absolutely need to try deep fried brie.
That sounds, I don't remember that, but we just had baked brie I posted something about baked brie.
Was that okay? Maybe that was.
I was saying something like, "Who doesn't like baked brie?" My wife bought these. I don't know where she got them. I don't know if you have BJ's in Pennsylvania.
We do,
but I don't know if you can see what I'm. It was like this big block circle of.
No kidding.
Boy, that stuff is good. Oh, you know what she did? She put like a croissant kind of, or I don't know what do you
like a crescent roll?
Yeah, like a roll around it, and then you just the melted cheese with the crescent. Oh, that was good. So
wow. Well, I'm only about 4 or 5 hours away, so enough baking time.
We did that that was at Thanksgiving time. I gotta have her do that for Christmas too. But so this was fried brie, did you say?
Yeah. So it was one of the appetizers, and as soon as I saw it, I'm like, I absolutely have to have that. And then Gideon brought out a couple more plates of it for everybody because
Was that good or what?
Oh, it was amazing.
Oh my God, that sounds good. I got to tell my wife about that. I wonder if she can fry my brie at Christmas time.
Well, or you just go on the cruise and to get it.
Everyone's trying to get me on the cruise, Rob. I'll go. I don't know. I got to leave mom back. When you got to leave, do all kinds of tricks to get into the parks alone. I'd have to do some tricks to get on the ship alone.
I got to be honest. I was kind of along the same thought path of, being out in the middle of the ocean and not seeing anything around you. And it kind of terrified me the first time that we went on a cruise. But
you're not helping me, Rob. You're not helping me any.
It was extremely easy to overcome.
All right,
and you have no idea. And when you're out there, you see other ships out in the distance, so you're definitely not out there alone. I think that if she decided to go on one, she'd absolutely love it.
I'll tell you, when we were talking about my honeymoon, which is 30 years ago, by the way. Next year is our 30th wedding anniversary. But we went on this little booze cruise. They had this little ship. It was so funny. So the Jamaicans, like we were saying, they're so much fun. They're this is a little paid thing, and it's like a little catamaran kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And so I said, now listen, I wasn't not that far out of college when I went on this trip, but we did some beer drinking when I was in college, let me tell you. But these guys had like 6 cases of beer, the Red Stripe beer, and there was only like 6 of us on this. I was like, I see them packing this up, right? So then, and they had this rum punch and stuff. So we go off, we're having a good time off in Montego Bay. They do snorkeling. So I'm like a fish in water. I love the ocean. I'm not afraid at all. But down in the Caribbean, that water is like crystal blue, right? And you can see so far when you put on the mask and you go down. So I jump off the boat. We're going to go do some snorkeling. My wife, again, is afraid of the water, but she was thinking, I'm on my honeymoon. I'm going to do it, right? So I jump in the water. I mean, when you're looking at the boat, it looks like it's about maybe 6 to 10 feet deep. I get in and I take my mask and I look down. It's got to be 50 feet deep. I mean, you can't. I'm like looking down and I'm looking up at her. I'm going, no way, sweetheart. You do not. I knew she would have panicked. She would have. She still remembers that. I'm like, no, you stay on the boat. Have your rum punch. You're good.
That's right. That rum punch is amazing.
Yeah, you can't taste. It goes down fast. Good stuff.
Sure does.
All right. I totally lost control of this podcast, but or this trip report. Where are we now, Rob? So we did Castaway Cay. Did we cover all that pretty good?
Yeah, we covered the Castaway Cay pretty good. The only thing I would add about that is the Cookies barbecue is outstanding.
You're kidding me. They had a barbecue too?
Yeah, so they basically, they'll have the same food on the ship that day, but most people, because Castaway Cay is free, it's included in the cruise.
Yeah, right.
So everybody usually gets off, and they have a couple different barbecue places. It's Cookies and Cookies too, and they have this pineapple bread that is absolutely amazing.
Like Ohana.
Yeah, I have never had the pineapple bread at Ohana. Oh, I've only been there for breakfast.
Oh God, I got so much to teach you, Rob. You gotta stick with me, dude. We're gonna go places.
All right.
I know. All right, but yeah, they have the same thing at Ohana. But I'm a huge barbecue guy too. This is awesome. What are they having the barbecue? They have ribs.
No, they didn't have any ribs. They had chicken. They had burgers. They had like corn and beans and slaw and stuff like that.
All right, good deal.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is my kind of deal. All right. What else did we do on this trip, Rob?
We got back from the cruise and we hit Magic Kingdom Monday morning. We got over there. We probably got into Magic Kingdom about 10:30 or so, and I had some fast passes lined up, so we hit those pretty quickly.
What'd you have? One day, you said, on the other end here of the cruise?
We did. Yeah, I wanted to try to make sure that I could get my sisters and the kids in to Magic Kingdom, since some of them have never been there.
Yeah.
So we got the Magic Kingdom Light Tour.
Oh, did you have to cram it pretty hard and try to hit everything?
Yeah, I sat down and I really figured out like some of the things, and again, I reached out to, a lot of the folks on the Facebook page, just asked what are the absolute must-dos. So, we have Small World, and my wife is a huge Winnie the Pooh fan, so I wanted to make sure we did that.
Yeah.
Wanted to make sure that we did the Jingle Cruise.
Nice, yes.
Yeah,
what's the difference in the Jingle Cruise compared to the regular Jungle Cruise?
So they just have a lot of everything's decorated for Christmas, and a lot of the jokes are relatively the same. The puns that they use.
Okay.
And everybody has their own little flair for it, but I knew that would speak to my brother-in-law, so I wanted to make sure that we got on that. Pirates of the Caribbean is a must-do, so made sure that we hit that. Yep.
Awesome. All right, let's finish up with some of our planned questions. Did anything not go as planned?
Yeah, so I had these aspirations of doing the Christmas tree trail at Disney Springs and doing a lot of resort hopping and making sure that we could hit like Grand Floridian and Wilderness Lodge, and we got none of it done. We ended up hanging at Jock Lindsay's and enjoying our time there and just kind of putzed around Disney Springs a little bit without an agenda, so we kind of abandoned it.
It's hard. It's not easy. You kind of. Yeah, your eyes are bigger than. It's hard. It's hard. There's so many things you want to try and do, and it just isn't the time for it, is there?
No, you're absolutely right. But we had such a fun time anyway.
Right.
Once you get past the initial shock of, oh wait, I'm not going to be able to get this, and this done, and so you know what? Let's just enjoy it and let everybody kind of direct where they want to go and what they want to get out of the trip. You can't script everything.
Exactly. So you told us you had some disappointing times with the mobile ordering, but anything exceed your expectations?
A lot of the cast member interactions that I had.
Good.
I don't know that it significantly exceeded, but just the opportunity to talk to them when Katie and I were activating our annual passes, we had a really great interaction with the gentleman that was helping us there. Probably sat there and talked to him for about 10 minutes as he was, kind of going through some of the formalities. As I was waiting in line to get into Epcot, talking to one of the gentlemen that was kind of manning the ticket station there, talked for a good while. And even some of the other guests, sitting there and having conversations with the guests as we're getting ready to go into the parks. It was really a blast.
What I'm thinking when you're talking about this is we just don't want to underestimate this part of Disney World. I was thinking as you were talking, I know that's part of the appeal to go to Disney World, but I think it exceeds my expectations every time too. I know it's there, but I don't know. I just see them. I'm just amazed by them all the time. It's a great part of why we love Disney World.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, with all of that stuff going on, for somebody to take a second out of their busy day to, make a connection with you or, have a conversation or help direct you to something and help enhance your visit there is really, again, why they have, amazing service and customer service is so key.
If you've ever worked in a job that serves the general public, you appreciate this more.
Yes. So I work in a hospital, so.
Yeah, there you go.
Absolutely.
Enough said there. All right. Anything that you would do differently on your next trip, Rob? Have you learned anything? Well, I learned a couple. You got to go to Ohana and Columbia Harbor House.
That's right. How about I'll have you write the list for me of things that I need to absolutely do.
Well, we're gonna have to have a talk after this, Rob.
I'm up for that. I need to learn the ways. It's like a Jedi.
Well, that's right.
Jedi master.
Young Luke. That's right. No, you're doing fine. You're doing great.
Awesome. Definitely stay more days. If we could have been able to tackle that some way.
I know a week goes by fast, but you had 5 days? That must have went wicked fast.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. It's like you blink your eyes and I'm back at work the following day. So definitely, I want to make sure that we have enough time to stay there. And one of the biggest things that I learned, don't eat when everybody else is eating. Try to adjust that by an hour or two.
Oh yeah, talking about I've always talked about. Well, this is part of that rope drop philosophy too. Like if you're there early, like I'm hitting lunch when they open, like at 11:30, right, whatever. Yeah, I'm always like ahead of the curve, and I find that to be my favorite strategy if you want to try to beat the crowds a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely, in hindsight, I would have done that and scheduled the first fast pass for sometime after lunch.
Yeah.
Obviously we were coming right from the cruise ship and then hit the room and then jumped on the bus right over to Magic Kingdom. But I would have kind of pushed everything back a little bit to make sure that we got lunch first and then hit some of the rides.
Excellent. All right. Any advice for newbies?
Yeah, so back to what I had said about the midship detective agency while we're on the ship. I would say absolutely do that. It's a great way to kind of navigate yourself around the ship. The kids have a blast doing it as well. Nice. And when we were doing it, again, when everybody else was in Nassau, there was several other kids that had stayed on the ship with their families, and everybody was kind of running around. So you kind of would cross paths with them and do that. And the kids clubs for the kids on the ships are amazing. Unfortunately, we didn't get an opportunity to partake in it this time. But last time around, my son was ditching us at dinner time to go down to the kids club. And, the one day I went to pick him up, and he was hanging out with Peter Pan on the ship. So it was really cool.
All right. He had good fun with that.
Yep, absolutely.
Any recommendations for people that you learned from your experiences?
Like I said earlier, the cruise is the absolute way to go to try that.
Do you have one that you're thinking of that you might do? Or you got one in the future that because you're such a loving the cruisers?
Yeah, we have one coming up next year, not with Disney, unfortunately, but it's for my mom's birthday. So there's about 35 of us going on a cruise to Bermuda that I'm coordinating right now.
Wow.
No, not next year, the year after in 2020.
Okay.
And then we generally do the placeholder on the Disney cruise because it's good for 2 years and you get a discount with your down payment and stuff like that for the future cruises. So we'll kind of play around with things and see if we can make that work. We just became DVC members, so we're going to this upcoming summer, next July, do our first DVC trip. So cruises out this year.
All right. When did you buy into DVC?
In October.
Oh, okay. Awesome. And Copper Creek?
Yes, sir.
All right. Outstanding. You must be excited about that. That's a fun feeling.
Yeah, we can't wait. We've heard so many wonderful things. And, again, a tribute to you and the Facebook group that kind of helped me spend that money.
That's good. Hey, there's worse things to spend money on. So
that's right.
I say life is short. That we made it a priority 10 years ago. At least I think it was Disney World was a pretty priority, but we made the jump about 10 years ago. We don't regret it. I think you're going to love it, and your kids are still young too. So that's awesome. We're going to talk.
Only young for a very short amount of time, so I want to take advantage of it while we can.
Excellent. Anything else you learned on this trip? Yeah,
one thing I would definitely do is if you're going to do the parks, especially going full stink in the parks, do that before you go on the cruise, not afterwards, because it kind of erases all of the rest and relaxation that you get on the cruise by going nuts in the park and being out until midnight.
Oh, I'm looking through your notes here. Tables in Wonderland. Did you do that?
Yeah, so we ended up getting annual pass because we're going to be down probably about 4 times this year. And then I wanted to grab Tables in Wonderland because I knew we were going to go to dinner for Thanksgiving, being down for a week this upcoming summer, and a couple times with friends as well. Figured, what a Tables in Wonderland card would be a pretty good investment. What I didn't realize that there was blackout dates, and that holidays are definitely nights that you cannot use that card.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so I was not aware of that when I went into it, but I am now.
Yeah. Live and learn.
That's right.
I noticed in your notes here you are thanking us in the Geekin family for what exactly you're talking about let the family dictate the day.
Yeah,
let them come to you.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a tip that I've heard time and time again is to definitely have a plan, but don't be afraid to say, you know what, forget the plan and we're going to do what everybody else wants to do. I had this idea that I was going to get my youngest on Peter Pan and It's a Small World, some of those classic ones. And when we had fast passes, he was taking a nap in the stroller. Yeah. And that worked perfectly well. And when he got up, he was ready to go. And we hit a bunch of other rides. So, you can't get frustrated when the plan doesn't materialize. You just got to adapt and know that there's always going to be something else that you can do at the park, because there's just such an expanse of experiences there. And at the end of the day, you're there for your family. It's, I kind of get selfish once in a while and say, I want to make sure that I hit this, and this. And, it's not necessarily a checklist. It's something to experience and enjoy with your family.
That's a great example. Yeah. You don't want to wake the sleeping kid up just because you want them to experience a ride. It's not going to work.
That's right. Because I'll ruin it for everybody else too, with a screaming kid in the back of It's a Small World.
Yeah. Nice play there for sure.
That's right.
Wow. Anything else, Rob, that we didn't cover yet?
I think we have hit pretty much every note that I have on here.
So you got some trips coming up this year.
Yeah, I do. I have an adults only trip with some neighbors, and that's going to be in late February, so February 28th and into the first couple days of March.
Nice. Where are you staying for that one?
We're actually staying off site at Bonnet Creek.
Oh, okay. Bonnet Creek is on site, isn't it on property? It's not a Disney.
Yeah. Okay. So it's
on property.
I guess it's kind of. I'm trying to think of exactly where it is. It's like between Epcot and Disney Springs. I think?
It is.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I have a friend at work that's a timeshare.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, it is.
Nice. All right.
Yeah. So
First
for that
time?
one. Yeah, it will be our first time there.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Katie and I will be doing the Magic After Hours. I bought tickets to that.
Nice.
Yeah, looking forward to it for
Well,
sure.
if it's just you and your wife, you're going to be able to do a lot of things that you want to do.
Yeah, we're going to head in early, especially since we have the annual passes now. So I figure we'll go in a little bit early, maybe hit Columbia Harbor House for dinner, and then
maybe put Ohana on that list, huh? Now that I've embarrassed you.
That's right. All right, I'll have to escalate.
I think you're going to like it, though. I think you and I are on the same page there, food wise. So I think you're going to like that. Yeah, you're going to thank me for that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
So July, first DVC trip.
Yep, we'll be there 7 days in July, and we're taking my in-laws and my wife's sister might be coming from Colorado with her family.
You guys are party animals. I'll tell you, the family. You're doing a wilderness lodge then in July.
We are.
Nice.
Yep.
Have you stayed there before? I haven't stayed there yet.
No, it will be our first time. I'll send lots of pictures.
Yeah, you're gonna rub it in. I know. That's the one you got on me for sure. That's the one I am jealous. I want to stay at that so bad.
I'll make you a deal. I'll do Ohana if you do the Wilderness Lodge.
I can't do what I want. I got to answer to the mama.
That's right. And a higher power.
I have a higher power. You got to help me there. You got to tell me your schemes.
That's right. I don't know if you want that, because I usually get in trouble for them.
That's all right. It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. So October, you're thinking of coming out to in October 2019, we're calling it the Grand Geekin' Gathering, or the G3 Summit. So I hope you can make it there too. I think we're going to have a pretty good crew. I'm seeing some people really interested in doing that with us. So.
Yeah, I see a lot of activity on that topic on the Facebook page. So originally we were going to try to go towards the end of September and just hit Food and Wine Festival, and then I saw that was happening. So I said, well, why don't we shift that back a month?
That's why we wanted to announce it. So if people, I think that's a great time of year to go. It's an opportunity. We're pretty much an adult trip only people now, since my kids are all grown up. I mean, we bring them too, but if someone wanted to do a solo trip, or if they wanted to go just, husband, wife kind of thing. And it's an opportunity to do that. And, we're pretty casual, right? We'll have some kind of meetup. I mean, we're not going to hang out all the time all together. We're pretty laid back, but it's an opportunity it's a lot of fun meeting people that you've known online. I find that to be a lot of fun. So looking forward to that big time.
Yeah, I'm hoping that there might be a Scotch flight in the future.
I will take you up on that, my friend. Is that your thing?
I dabble.
All right, I dabble too. I was thinking of that. I had a friend at work that was telling me all about it. He's more of an expert than me, but I'm willing to learn.
Yeah, I can do. I'm a quick learner.
That's right. Well, this has been a lot of fun. I think you said you were a little nervous. Was it all right? Did I make you at ease a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. I was definitely a little nervous about it, but this has been an absolute blast, and I greatly appreciate it.
You're a lot of fun, Rob. I'm so glad you found us.
Yeah, me too. It's been a great thing, and I talked to a lot of people at work about it as well.
Well, we love having you, and stay in touch. Let us know definitely if you firm up those plans in October. We'll see you there.
Sounds good.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Great show, Rob. Rob was really excited to come on the podcast. I love the excitement and enthusiasm he's bringing to the Geekin' family. And thanks, Rob and his wife, Katie, for booking your next, well, you got a couple of trips coming out, but you're sharing that booking with us for the Grand Geeking Gathering. Some of us DVC people, we still go extra. We don't want to use up all our points, so we actually book some rooms. Mom and I and Judy are doing that. We're going to be staying at the Port Orleans French Quarter for 10 nights and paying for that. And I appreciate, even though Rob and Katie are DVC members, they are booking trips with us and coming to the Grand Geekin' Gathering. Thank you, patron saint Kevin Curtis Allen. And he's promised to bring the first 10 who book with us their trip. He's going to bring an Isle of Wight goodie bag for the first 10 who book. And that's starting to fill up. I think we've got like 6 already. So there's only 4 of those goodie bags left. As he says, don't delay. Book today. Let me tell you who I've got booked so far on my list for the G3, the Grand Geekin' Gathering. Well, of course, we got Kevin and Deborah Curtis Allen coming. Myself and Mama will be there. Auntie Judy and Uncle Ken will be there for sure. Deidre Watts, Glenn Kessler, Brian Wall, Heather Brainerd, Rob Midiri and Katie, Chad Pennycuff. Chad, thank you so much for booking with us this week. That was very nice of you. He's also a DVC and a podcaster. Chad has a podcast, My DVC Points, which actually I was a guest on not that long ago, talking all about my DVC experience. Tammy Arnold Free will be coming. Stacy Brown Zito, Chris Cates, Kelly Armstrong Reese, Susan Cox, and Sarah Harklerode. So far, that's who I've got. I think maybe Janet Braverman too. Holly and Peter. Some of our locals will be there also. This is getting really exciting. That is quite a group going. It's really nice for you guys that are adults that want to go alone, or if you have a solo trip you want to take. It's a great opportunity. Going down in the fall in October is a great time to go for the Food and Wine Festival and Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. So come join us. We'll have, I know October 27th is going to be our official meetup, but we certainly can see each other while we're having fun in the parks. I want to give a shout out to Sydney Turley, who recently started listening to our podcast, and I was messaging her. I saw she had a trip booked for January. Unfortunately, we're not going to cross paths. She's going to leave just before I get there, and she's actually going out with her husband who has a conference in Tampa, but she's got to take advantage of being down in Florida and going to Disney World for a couple of nights. She booked her trip in December, like the 5th, and she actually agreed to transfer her booking over to our travel agency. So thank you so much, Sydney. And actually, I'm not sure if it's going to work and I'll explain to you, Sydney, why we might not have gotten it in and met the qualifications, but I really appreciate the thought. And if you need any help, Sydney, on your trip, she was actually a Disney College program person. She did that like 5 years ago. So I was talking to her all about some of the changes that have happened since she's last been there. But that was fun. I got on the phone and talked to her. That was a lot of fun talking to Sydney. Also was chatting with Kelly Polly from Melbourne, Australia. And she's planning her first trip to Disney World. She's been to the States a few times. Got a big family trip planning, and it'll be in January of 2020. So great that she's looking out there a year, and she's just joined the podcast, enjoying all the tips. I'll be getting on a Skype call with her soon to help her out too. I love getting on a phone or Skype with my listeners. I love talking to them, helping them with some of their tips, and then getting to know them a little better. Well, boy, I have been recording over the last couple of weeks. I recorded 8 shows, and I've got a couple of live episodes going to be coming out while I'm down there in January. So I'm excited. I got a little work to do before we leave on January 17th. I'm excited about our Run Disney team. If you want to be a part of that, you can email me at kurt.stone@geekinonwdw.com. We are planning for the April 2019 Star Wars race, although we do have a couple people running the marathon here in January. I know Gretchen Crook will be there, so good luck to you, Gretchen. I know Holly will be down there cheering you on, so that is awesome. And then we've got several people who are going to be doing the April 2019 Star Wars race. I'm looking to schedule a live Zoom meeting. That's a platform that we can share our screens and audio and meet together. And that's looking at some dates of January 14th, 15th, or 16th. I'm going to put an official poll out in our Facebook group. We actually have a private Facebook group for our Run Disney team. And I did ask people which of those dates and times would be working for you. So I'll look at those and put an official poll. You know how you can do that in Facebook group. And then we'll see who votes for that. And then we'll pick one of those days to have our next Zoom meeting for our Run Disney team. And I'd really like to pick our charity that we're going to support for our April 2019 Star Wars race. Yeah, I am very accessible. Don't be surprised if I reach out to you to record a podcast, an intro, or a Facebook Live, or a quick online tip for our website. I have the most fun when I'm directly chatting with you Disney geeks. If you'd like to chat with me about anything, you can email me at kurt.stone@geekinonwdw.com or message me on Facebook. Speaking of Facebook, we have an amazing private Facebook group. It's just got some great, caring, and knowledgeable Disney World enthusiasts. And you can contribute and get new tips to enhance your next vacation. Go out there, request an invite, search for that Geekin' on WDW family Facebook group, and you'll get a couple questions that I'll ask you to answer, and then I will probably chat with you too, and then make sure you qualify as a Disney World geek. And thank you so much, guys, for the recent iTunes 5-star reviews, and that is awesome. I love keeping our iTunes reviews averaging out at 5 stars. That's so cool. Yeah, again, we're going to be down there in January to Disney World. Getting excited. I got a couple of official meetups. Let me know if you can be there. If you're down there, we'd love to see you. Sunday, January 20th, 3 p.m. at Jock Lindsay's. Then 1 week after that, Sunday, January 27th, 10:30 a.m. in the Mexican Pavilion. We're going to have some nachos and margaritas in the cantina. And if you can't make those and you're there, I'll have a little messaging group in Facebook so I can tell you where I'm at, and maybe we could meet up somewhere else and ride some rides. Well, each week we share awesome tips for your Disney trip planning, but you can instantly gain that advantage by booking with Mama, Auntie Judy, EJ Cruz, or Jennifer Glambos. You can email Judy and Mama at travelingtiaras@gmail.com. You can find EJ and Jennifer on their Little Dole Whips Facebook page because we're authorized Disney planning agency through Fairy Tale Concierge. All of our Mama travel agents were busy this week because Disney had an announcement, a big one. They usually don't do this in January. It's usually around April, but they can do whatever they want with these discount packages, and the very popular free dining has been opened up for July through September. And, if you're already booked with us or EJ and Jennifer, one thing that we do is we immediately start looking to see if we can improve our current bookings, the deals that you guys have. And let me tell you, this free dining goes really fast. The word gets out fast and people start booking. I think what Disney is doing is trying to get the parks really packed and full before Star Wars is opened up because they know that is going to be full. And actually, I think it's going to be a little more expensive because of the demand that's going to be as soon as that Star Wars land opens up. But if you want to take advantage of one of those free dining, just give us a shout. You can email us travelingtiers@gmail.com. Private message us. We'll get you going there. But we have one client I know that didn't actually qualify for the free dining. One of the qualifications, for instance, is that you have to have park hoppers. And a friend of mine who's going that's booked with us has never been to Disney World. And we really didn't recommend park hopping for them. But we were able to save them $200 on their booking with a 20% discount package on the room. So you can get all the details on what those qualifications are for those different packages. Again, just email us or private message us and we will look into it. We've kept those Disney systems humming. A great way to find out what's going on with us is to sign up for our email newsletter, the Geek and Gazette. at geekinonwdw.com. For instance, I just emailed this past week all about those free dining packages. And when you sign up for the Geekin Gazette, you're going to get a free packing checklist and a spreadsheet to help plan your trip like we use for ourselves and all of our travel clients. And we send our favorite Disney news items, info on Disney package discounts like we just had this week, and news that is really fun from our Geekin family. So go out to geekinonwdw.com and sign up for the Geekin Gazette and stay in touch with us. It's always good to have a booking already out there. Get your $200 deposit on your booking. You never know when Disney might release a package discount, and then you can still take advantage of that. We just change your reservation. So that is so cool when you're working with a travel agent. Hey, look for me on Thursday nights on Facebook Live. I mean, I try Thursday night. It's been a little bit different during the holidays here. Come on with your headphones and we'll get on there live. I can answer some of your questions and we can talk about your trips. Just had Tammy Free on this past week. It was fun talking to her because she's just fresh back. She's a super geek. She's already been and done a trip report on our show, but it was fun to hear all about her trip. You guys can watch the replays in our private Facebook group. Well, get ready, guys. The Mama, the Judy, and the Ken. We're all going down to Disney World in January. We're getting excited. And for now, thanks for going geeking on Walt Disney World with us. We really appreciate you listening and geeking with us every single day. We love you, geeks. Have a magical day, and I hope all your dreams come true.
He said hi.
Hi.
Hello. I don't have my video on.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Great, thanks.
I don't have any lights on, do I?
Oh, there you are.
All right.
So that color that you have in your office there is almost the exact same color that we had in our bedroom in our last house before we just moved.
This is my older son's bedroom that I have turned into my office.
Yeah.
There you go.
He's 27. He's got his own house now.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. We'll have a good chat.
All right.
All right.
All right. See you, buddy. Good night. All right. Sorry about that.
Awesome. No problem. If you don't mind my dogs, I don't mind your kids.
Yeah. Well, I have one of those too. A husky sitting right back behind me.
Yeah. If my door gets barged in, it's one of two of my three dogs.
What kind of dogs do you have?
I have 2 Labrador Retrievers and 1 Bulldog.
Oh, nice.
And I hear, sound like they're coming up the stairs. They usually want to be with me, so I know the feeling.
Yeah. So one's name is Luke, right?
Luke is the black lab, and
okay.
Sadie's my yellow lab, and Lola is the bulldog.
Oh, nice. That's a cool name.
Thanks. Make sure I got your name right. Make sure I pronounce it. Is it Midiri?
You got it.
All right. Oh, lucky me. I'm like horrible. Actually, I do pretty good. I shouldn't. My guests usually don't have too hard names. That's why I do okay.
I usually get Midori. Like the liquor.
That makes, I know what you mean. Well, sometimes I'll say my name's Stone and they say, can you spell that? Yes. Stone. Oh, Stone. Yeah, that's what I said.
and they have to feel absolutely ridiculous after they've asked you to spell.
Sometimes they don't. They just, whatever. They must say that to everybody.
Right.
They don't know it's easy.
Part of their vernacular, huh?
Yeah. All right. So usually I don't do the video, but we were chatting on video before and it seemed to be okay. Sometimes when you use video, you get, it'll just get garbled sometimes, but if it does, we'll just stop and just re-record something if it gets too lousy.
Okay.
We'll try.
I mean, if you prefer that we go over to just the audio call, we can do that too.
We'll see how it goes. I mean, if all of our Wi-Fi's are good and everything, it should be all right. We'll give it a go.
Awesome.
I'm already recording. You're coming through good. You ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready when you are.
All right. Let's see. I'm going to get my notes. If it looks like I'm not looking at you, it's because I'm not. I'm looking at my notes.
No problem. I'll have mine laid out in front of me too.
And get this junk off. They want to install operating system on this machine, and I don't want to do it. I'm afraid.
What? I presume you have Mac.
I do have a Mac. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I run off of too.
My family got me a Mac last Christmas. It's a year old now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got a new MacBook Pro. The other one we had for about 10 years. And it just started, I take a lot of pictures, so it started slowing down. So I ended up getting a new one that is a bit faster to handle all of the pictures. But we're still using the other one. Katie will use it for her schoolwork and everything. And it runs fine as long as it's not doing, super intensive stuff.
Well, yeah, I was having trouble with my audio recording. It was just slow. It was a dog. And that's the biggest thing I do on here. And all right. And Rob, how long you been listening to the podcast?
I started listening back in August.
Yeah, so not okay. I'm gonna call you kind of a fairly new one.
Yeah,
but a real active one. So that's
it's such a fine line. I'm like, when do I be this active, and is anybody gonna say anything? But everybody has been extremely welcoming, and I feel completely comfortable just throwing out whatever
absolutely
question I have.
It's all welcomed.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's kind of a busy Facebook group, isn't it?
It is. Almost sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, I missed a whole bunch of stuff, and I got to try to keep up with it.
Glenn Kessler just the other day said there's a setting on the group that if you don't check it, you don't get everything. You don't get notifications for everything.
I just changed that after he posted that, and I had no idea that Facebook had even changed that set, or maybe it's been there all along, and I just didn't know about it.
Live and learn. All right, dude.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's see. Let's do this.
All right.
All right. Awesome. Good job, Rob.
Thanks, Kurt.
That was a lot of fun. And I got another podcast in the books.
Awesome.
In the books.
Kurt, that was a lot of fun. Thanks for making that so easy. I don't know how you do it, but it's impressive.
It's just a fun conversation. When I thought about doing Disney World as a podcast topic, I mean, it all came out of conversations that I always had these animated conversations with people at work, of course, our family members and like that. And I was like, I think that'd be a fun thing to do as a podcast. I didn't, I don't think I was really listening to a lot of them at that time, but that was what I wanted to do. So it seemed to work out all right.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it brings the kid out of you. I mean, it is. So excited when I talk about it, and super animated. It's such an easy topic to talk about.
Absolutely, yeah, it's fun. Well, thank you again, and I think we're all set.
Awesome.
I am. So yeah, this will come out. I think I've only got like 2 others. 2. So you'll probably hear this before the end of the year.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Wow. That's wild.
I didn't record. Yeah, I didn't have too many backed up. I'm going to try to record a few when I'm on vacation at Christmas week if people are available. But then I got to get ready. I got to put some in the. I'll do some live. I'm going to record a bunch of, or edit a couple of live ones so I have them ready for when I'm away in January.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
We're going to be there in January. Last 2 weeks of January.
That's awesome. Are you going to do some of the binaural
Oh, I'm sure I will when I'm down there. Yeah, but I mean, I have some recorded from September that I haven't put out yet. I only put out one of those, so I got plenty of that material.
That's cool.
That'll be easy for me to put that together. It won't take me a lot of time. I don't have to do a lot of editing for those. So like when I'm on vacation, I'll get them all ready and put them in the feed, and so I don't miss a week.
Yeah, I kind of like the unedited, just that as it goes, and listening to the conversations, and you guys just enjoying what's going on around you. It's really cool.
Thank you. I like doing that, and when I edit like an interview kind of conversation, I take out a lot of ahs and ums or mistakes and stuff. Sometimes it could take me twice as long to edit. That's when I'm really editing. I'm listening through it and I'm piecing things together, trying to make it sound as the best it can be. But when I'm doing the live stuff, I hardly ever edit anything out.
Yeah.
Very, very rarely. Like what I'll do is I'll take the WAV file, I'll compact it down to an MP3, I'll put it on my phone, and I'll ride the bus to work, and I'll listen to the live stuff. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I'll take a note if there's something like if I'm clearing my throat or something disgusting. That's usually what I'm cutting out. Like in the morning when I'm clearing my sinuses,
Yeah. Yeah, right.
It's like,
how long does it take you to get to Hartford from your place?
It's like nobody wants to hear that. With the bus, it's about an hour.
Okay, because I did some work up at Hartford Hospital. It was a while ago, but I did a lot of work up in the New England area.
Yeah, if I were to drive, it's about 45 minutes, but in the bus, for some reason, it's about an hour.
Yeah.
My commute time.
Yeah, I did some work over in like Cambridge, Boston, over in Rhode Island, in Needham, Framingham, I guess, Massachusetts, and then over in Hartford.
So you've been in my area.
Yep, I have. And my dad is a amateur astronomer, in addition to a pharmacist, and we go up to Vermont, this telescope convention called Cellophane, which is out of near Springfield, Vermont.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I didn't know there was a Springfield, Vermont.
Yeah, I think it's Springfield, I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Not Massachusetts.
No, not Massachusetts. Definitely Vermont.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's a nice place to live.
Yep, absolutely. Minus the cold.
Yeah, it was cold. It was cold today. Oh, yeah, I'm getting sick of the cold. I got to be a snowbird, Rob, one of these days. That's my goal.
We're already eyeing up the villages. We went down and visited her aunt and uncle, and it is absolutely stunning. There's like 63 golf courses, and I was talking to her aunt, and she just said, "You just got to be careful around 4 or 5 o'clock." And I said, "Well, why is that?" And she was like, "Well, the old people are drunk on their golf carts driving around." I said, "Now you're talking my language."
That's funny. Yeah, I've definitely. So, how far is that from Disney World?
It's about an hour.
Is it that? Which direction?
North. It's right up the turnpike. So we did that in one day. We drove from the last time that we had done a cruise. We drove from the port up to see her aunt and uncle, and then we drove down to Disney World. I guess it was the next morning. We stayed up there a night. Oh no. We were going to Universal Studios. Sorry, but we kind of just did all that in one day.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun up there. It's a beautiful, beautiful area.
Yeah, I think we'll research when we get closer to that. We'll figure something out.
There you go.
Well, excellent. I'm going to watch the football game. I'm on the fantasy football playoffs tonight. I got to watch
my
Chiefs.
Yeah, there you go. My team's been horrible.
Your Philadelphia team.
Yeah, and my fantasy team.
Oh, okay.
It's been a mess all around.
Yeah, I wonder what happened with Philadelphia Eagles this year.
I have no idea. That's like the disappointing part, is going from such a high of winning the Super Bowl, especially when you absolutely shouldn't have, and then going to this.
Because there's not much different from last year's team, is there?
No, we lost a couple players, but I wouldn't necessarily say a whole lot of key players.
It's like the same. Yeah, it's like the same team basically. I don't know. Yeah, it's very competitive.
Yep, absolutely.
For sure. Yeah, tonight's game should be pretty good. Those are two good teams. I've got Mahomes, and the big question mark is Tyreek Hill. I got him. He's been complaining, and I should look at my phone to make sure he's playing.
Change him out real quick.
Hold on, Rob. We got to take care of something here. Let's see.
Hey, I know what takes precedence.
I'm wondering. Let's see if he's. That happens. They're like, they get a cramp, and then you're like 5 minutes before the game time.
It happened to me last week.
Oh, really?
I lost by like 4 points, which. So now I'm vying for last place. It's so abysmal.
Actually, I've been running first place all year.
Good.
Yeah, I'm in first place, but the game has started, and he's in the game, I guess. So there you go.
All right, well, you better go watch it then.
All right, dude. Hey, good talking to you, and stay in touch. All right.
All right, thanks a lot, Kurt.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
See ya.
All right, have a good night.